everyone, and welcome to today's session. For those of you that are joining me in the evening, I hope you have had a wonderful day, and for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere, I hope you are having a terrific start to your day. As you jump onto today's session, please let me know where you are listening in from. It's always really exciting to see how far and wide reaching my sessions really do go. So, tonight's session, what needs to stop and what needs to start. Now, you cannot be in two places at once. You cannot go in two directions at the same time. You might think that you can do two things at once, but you are really only giving each half of your attention and therefore only getting half of the true and optimal results you could get by just focusing on the one thing. So for some of you, you are trying to develop good habits, but the bad habits are still there, and you're not actively stopping the bad habits and actively starting the new habits. For some of you, you want to start a new relationship, but maybe you haven't completely closed off the old relationship. For some of you, you may want to start a new project, but you haven't finished the previous project. So what can happen is, when you start something, don't finish it, start another thing, don't finish it, start another thing, don't finish it, you end up having all of these unfinished tasks and all of these unfinished projects all over the place. You started a garden, you didn't finish it. You started a painting project, you didn't finish it. You started writing a story, you didn't finish it. And the reason why you started is because something motivated you. But motivation doesn't last. What lasts is your why. Why you want to actually complete the task. Why it means so much to you to start it and see it through to its end. And I love going back to my 6 whys when it comes to doing anything. When it comes to starting your bricks and mortar business, starting your network marketing business, starting a relationship, starting a new job. You really want to ask yourself, why do I really want this? Why is this so important to me? Why will this impact on other people's lives? Why will this transform my life? Why will this make me happy? Why does this matter? If your why is strong enough, you will see a project or a task through to the end. If your why is strong enough, you will start and you will progress and progress and progress until you've completed. If your why is strong enough, you will start a triathlon, you'll get through the swim, you'll do the bike ride, you'll get through the bike ride, you'll do the run, and you'll get over the finish line. And as you keep practicing and training, your next triathlon, you'll be better in the swim and faster, better in the ride and faster, better in the run and faster, and get a new personal best. It's the same with triathlons, it's the same with duathlons, fun runs, Ironmans, any physical task. Training, practice, and your why being unshakable. So when it comes to procrastination happens because your why isn't strong enough. And the only way that you break through procrastination is you have to develop a new why. So when you're doing a creative project, when you're writing a book, or you're doing cross-stitching or painting or a sewing project, why are you writing the book? Why do you want to create that piece of artwork? Why do you want to finish that project? What impact will finishing that project have on your life and the lives of those around you? Why does it mean so much that you start and finish a task that you set? Do you start a lot of tasks and you don't finish tasks, so you're not really reliable and you don't get tasked with important responsibilities, or you don't get tasked with jobs that could lead to a promotion because you don't finish things? So when I was younger, I could attack and redecorate my bedroom and keep it neat and tidy and organized for a week, sometimes 2, and then it would go messy again. But after reading The Magic Art of Tidying by Marie Kondo, I had my breakthrough of why I could never sustain a clean bedroom. And now I make my bed every morning, happily, which my cats happily sleep on, and I keep my room neat and tidy and organized. And that's because my why is stronger than my why not. And this approach can go towards anything. So if you've started a cross-stitching pattern and you haven't finished it, did you start the cross-stitching pattern just for something fun and there's not really anyone intended for it, so it doesn't really matter when it gets done? I would encourage you with the cross-stitching pattern to have someone in mind that cross-stitch is for. It's for their birthday. It's a Christmas present. It's an Easter present. It's a Mother's Day present. It's a Father's Day present. It's congratulations on your new baby. This would suit the nursery present. And when you place that urgency on the project having to be done, because it's that person's birthday in 2 months. You've got 2 months to get that cross-stitch pattern done and framed and gifted and ready for them. So the urgency is what helps you to get the project done. If it's writing a book, I know when I've watched archaeological documentaries, in Egypt, you are only allowed to excavate from October to April. You can't excavate from April to October. I think it's something to do with the heat or the wind or the rains. So you only have an excavation license from October to April. So excavators know that they have a very short window of time that they can excavate the tomb, that they can find a sarcophagus or find a mummy or find treasures or, bring that mummy's story and life together. So there is always a sense of urgency on an archaeological dig. So you could do the same with the book. I'm sure that there are certain cut-off times that publishers, open their houses to any, unpublished authors, and they'll only accept submissions at that time of the year. And after that time, they only accept submissions from published authors. So that could give you a sense of urgency to actually finish writing your book, because you don't want to wait a whole nother year for the unpublished author's opening door to be presented to you. And this approach can be done to everything. If there's a promotion coming up in your work and you really want that promotion, organize a meeting with your boss. Find out what their expectations are of the person in that role. Do they work different days? Do they work different times? Do they have other responsibilities? And what things do you need to do in your current job to become worthy of even being in the list of candidates. So maybe you need to finish a database, or maybe you need to do a certain number of presentations. Maybe you need to speak up more. Maybe you need to participate more. You will know what the expectations are for you to level up. But it all comes back to your why. Why do you want the job promotion? Why do you want to be a published author? Why do you want that cross-stitching pattern to be a gift for someone? Why do you want to have your own garden? Every single aspect of your life. Why do you want a neat and tidy home? Why do you want everything in its place? You always have to come back to your why. And if your why is strong enough, you will achieve everything you set your mind to. But if your why is weak, you will find every excuse and every justification why something else is so much more important than doing the tasks at hand. So for me, I've got the market on Sunday. So today I knew that I had to get our signs ready, and I knew I had to go to Officeworks, and I had to buy the stands, and I knew that everything had to be ready to go. Everything had to be in the boxes and packed away and ready for me to set up on Sunday. I knew that I had to have everything together ready for my Zoom presentation for what I'm doing on Sunday for Saturday night, because I'm doing a presentation Saturday night. So for me, the market on Sunday being a roaring success and the Zoom presentation on Saturday being a roaring success is so important to me, because I love these products. I love how they make cooking fun. I love the community. I love the support. And I love how fun it is. And I want to share it with everyone that wants to do it alongside me. So I have to have everything set up, and I have to show just how easy it is to have a market stall and how easy and fun it is to have Zoom opportunity sessions. So for me, everything is about, if it's easy for me to do, it's easy for you to do. If it's challenging for me, you ain't even going to attempt it. And that is how you need to attack every area of your life. Are you willing and prepared to be the best version of yourself? Are you willing and prepared to stop the things that don't serve you and start doing the things that do serve you? Trying to keep hydrated, because I've noticed that that's really helping my skin, along with not using certain products. So, what things do you need to stop doing? They're not making you happy. They're not making you healthy. They're not bringing you joy. They're not making you content or fulfilled or satisfied. They're keeping you exhausted. They're keeping you tired. They keep making you have a snooze war with your snooze button. And they're stopping you from being the best version of yourself and living your best life. So what things do you need to start doing? Do you need to have a life coach? Do you need to have a business coach? Do you need to have an accountability buddy? Do you need to lay out all of your half-done projects and tasks? And do you need to put deadlines on everything? And do you need to create a why around those projects? And another thing to consider is that sometimes you start a project for universe to show you what doesn't make you happy and what doesn't bring you joy and what doesn't satisfy you. And sometimes it's not actually your job to finish that task. It's your job to delegate that task to someone else, because you might find that you're not actually meant to finish that cross-stitching pattern You're actually meant to introduce someone to the love and joy of cross-stitching or embroidery or long stitch or sewing or painting or pottery or gardening. Sometimes the things that you start, you're meant to stop them because universe wants you to really, really know what doesn't make you happy, what doesn't serve you, and allow yourself to be open to discover the things that really make you happy. So if you've started a cross-stitching pattern, really connect with the universe, and universe is going to pop a person's name into your head, or universe is going to provide a picture in your mind of someone. Now, you have to really allow universe to speak to you, because sometimes you do need to finish that project because it's a gift for that person. But then sometimes it is to say to that person, hey, I started this project, but I don't really think it's for me, but I feel like it's something that you would actually really enjoy. And finishing off a pattern for someone might help them realize that they actually want to start that pattern or start doing that particular craft from scratch. So you've inspired them to take on a new hobby or a different hobby because their hobbies aren't making them happy, but this hobby that they never considered or thought of actually makes them happy. Years ago, my stepmom got me addicted to Sudoku. Addicted. If I am traveling somewhere, this is in my bag. And I just open it up and I've got my pen. I finished that one. And I can sit there for hours, completely satisfied, trying to figure out, okay, where's the 9 go? Where's the 8 go? Where's the 7 go? Where's the 6 go? Where's the 5 go? Where's the 4 go? Where's the 3 go? Where's the 2 go? Ah, I did it. So, sometimes you might do Sudoku and it's like, oh, I don't want to finish this book. But you might sit down with someone and say, hey, have you ever tried Sudoku? And they're like, no. And you're like, well, here, do you want to give it a go? And you teach them how to do Sudoku and they just love it. And they finish the book. And they're like, and they'll come to you and say, oh, I've done the book. So you can say, okay, well, this is where you can get Sudokus from, or, would you love for your future birthday and Christmas presents to always be a new Sudoku book? And they might be like, yes, that would be amazing. And, if someone loves cross-stitching or long stitch or embroidery or the adult colouring or the paint by numbers, they might quite happily enjoy that that's always their birthday present. A new book, a new set of pencils, a new set of paints, a new set of brushes, a new design to bring to life. So don't always think that you have to finish every project you've started yourself, because that project might be a way of you bonding with your child, or bonding with your children, or bonding with your partner, or bonding with your parents, or bonding with your siblings. You might have started something and for some reason you just can't seem to get it finished. And maybe the kids are sitting around, or, maybe your husband or your wife is like, oh, I'm so bored. And you think, oh, Amy spoke about, projects I haven't finished. And you lay out all your projects with your kids, with your partner, with your siblings, with your parents, and your kids will be like, oh, I want to do that. So you do that project with your kids. Your partner's like, oh, that looks interesting. So you do that project with your partner. Oh, that looks interesting, says your brother or your sister. So you do that together. Oh, that looks interesting, says your mum or your dad. So you divvy out your projects. So you have time with the kids and you do a project together. You have time with your partner, you do a project together. You have time with your parents, you do a project together. You have time with your siblings, you do a project with your siblings. And that time of, doing a project together or doing arts and crafts together or bringing something to life together can actually strengthen your relationship, and it could heal any issues that have come up over time, and it could take you from maybe a shaky relationship to a really firm, strong, loving relationship. So really have a look at projects that you've started and you haven't finished. Maybe you started renovating a space in your house and maybe you need to band together and renovate it together. You started the vegetable garden, but never really did anything with it. You started organizing your house, but you never really got it finished. So I would love for you to either make a list of your unfinished projects or have them laid out and let me know what projects you tackle and you actually get finished. And let me know who helped you finish the project and how you felt getting towards the end of finishing the project and how you felt when you actually completed it. It is a very interesting exercise to figure out if you need to finish unfinished projects, or if you need to gift those projects to someone else to finish, or you need to use it as a means of bonding with someone in your family. So I hope that you've gotten incredible value out of tonight's session and that you do finish your unfinished tasks. I always love that we spend your morning or your evening together. I do value and appreciate your time, and it means a great deal to me. As you know, I never pre-plan the next day's session, so I do look forward to seeing what universe has in store for you tomorrow. Those of you that are going to do the Power Talk meditation with me, I will see you tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. For the rest of you, I will see you tomorrow night, 7:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time. As always, be safe, be well, much love.